guys, welcome to another video, and today I am going to show you how to fix your door switch on your second gen or Gen 2.5 Mitsubishi Montero. This might also apply to any other Mitsubishi car, probably within the 90s and early 2000s, that use the same switch, and might also apply to other manufacturers, since the door switch is a fairly simple open close switch, nothing really complicated or extravagant. But for this video we're gonna cover the switch that's on my 1998 Montero. So the switch I'm talking about is the door switch. So it's this little piece right here. um, Basically the door makes contact, closes it in, and obviously shuts off the light. Once it opens, it completes the circuit, so your dome lights turn on your vehicle. And what's going on is when I'm opening the door, the lights don't come on. It's intermittent. Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it doesn't. I have to fool around with this switch to get the dome lights to work. That's the problem with these. It's technically not a difficult thing to fix these. Just taking them apart and cleaning the insides, the contacts that make the negative and positive. Basically what's going on, it's grounding when it opens and completing the circuit. And what's going on, I guess debris that's accumulated over the years has gone into this or whatever. But what we're going to do is just clean it up. That's all it really takes to get this switch to start working again. You can go to the junkyard and get them off other vehicles, but it's still hit or miss. You might still run into the same issue because of the age of these switches. It's just a matter of cleaning them up. But yeah, in just a second, I'm going to show you what's going on in a little video of what you might be experiencing. If you are experiencing the same issue, it's most likely your door switch. So it works here, and see, it doesn't work here. Problem is this door switch here, the negative ground inside the internal components is not making good contact. That's why it does not come in all the time. So what we're going to do is, the solution is, you can clean this up and fix it. It's just a common problem because of the age, where it's positioned. If dirt and debris tend to get in this area after a while, so this gets, I'm sure some of that dirt and debris gets past the rubber boot and everything and causes the contacts to give you this issue. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you how to remove it and clean the internal parts to make it work again like normal. So yeah, here we go. So the door switches on the Montero, I believe they're all the same on each door. They all look like this right here. So on the rear door, it's going to be right here. That is the door switch for the rear door. Same on the other side. And for the front, it's right down here on the B pillar right here. That's the door switch. So that's what they're located. So we're going to go ahead and remove that switch. All right, the switch is right here. Just gonna screw it. Come right out. So the tools that you're going to really need are pretty simple, nothing extravagant. Probably going to need a small flathead screwdriver. If you have a couple type of different picks here, dielectric grease, a small piece of sandpaper, preferably high grit, maybe a couple cotton swabs, and paper towel. All right, that's all we're going to really need to clean out. So one sign you can tell right away, if other than the switch not working, that it's probably having an issue. There's a little bit of resistance in the when you press it down, it's not as smooth. You're gonna feel a little bit of you can even hear it. It's just not as smooth when you press it down. So there's some resistance. That's probably what's causing the grounding issue of it not working. So that's one way to tell that the switch is going bad or has gone bad. All right, so we're going to head to that first step, getting the switch to be taken apart. So all you're going to do is this rubber piece here. All it is a boot, and you just peel it off. There you go. And then here's the actual switch. You can see, you can probably even tell the little resistance there. So with your pick, what you want to do on right here on the sides, you can see on each side, there's these locking tabs. What you want to do is get in between here and try to lift up those ends so you can pull this part out. Remember, when you pull this part out, do it slowly, because everything, there's a spring in here. You want to put everything back the way it was installed. So if you kind of push everything, if you pull this all out and everything comes out, you're gonna have a hard time putting it back together. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now, I'm going to tell you, getting this separated is going to be it's going to take a little bit of work. What you want to do is you're going to need a pick like this. There's the top clearance is right here where these locking tabs are at, are very tight. So you need a very sharp pick to kind of get in between, just enough where you can lift this part right here to release the locking tab that's on this part. So I was able to get it. It can be done. As you can see, it's for separation. Once you get it separated, you can pull this apart. So like I said, you got to do it really slow when you pull everything apart. All right. So that's that. You got the spring, and then when you press the knob, that all comes out. Okay, now you can see why it's probably failing. There's probably some type of grease, some dielectric grease from the factory or something, but you see it's all dried out. So the contacts, these contacts right here, point them out. These contacts right here, that's on each corner here. When the switch is fully out, when it's pressed in, when the door closes, I don't know if you can see the metal there's the contacts right here. So that's where it's grounding. So when this switch is out, those contacts make contact with those, and then it completes the circuit. That's why your dome lights will come on. What's going on is there's so much corrosion here through time or moisture, debris, whatever, it's no longer working correctly. So what we're going to do is just clean this out. So what you want to get is some rubbing alcohol. And what we're going to do is clean everything here. I'll just put some on the ear Q-tips. So go ahead and rub the contacts. You can see the dirt on there, and then don't forget inside here. Let's clean that. Clean the metal contacts in there too. Clean everything in there. Even by just cleaning it, you can there's a nice shine on that contact. That tells you it's been dirty for a while. Keep clean it. Just give it a good clean. And I would just go ahead and clean here too on the switch plug here. And then there's contacts here also, right? Because the harness plugs in here, so you want to clean those. I just checked. You can even take this out. This is the actual for the door, that little knob. Those contacts I said earlier, you can actually take it out. You know, give it a real good cleaning. You know? So now what we want to do is this sandpaper here. What we're going to do is the contacts. We're just going to sand to remove any type of oxidation to create a better contact surface between the metals here. So we're just going to get your sandpaper here and then slightly brush the contacts. Nothing crazy, just to get off any type of surface oxidation. What we're trying to do is to increase the contact surface, have it a clean surface, so when they do, it completes the circuit, which is the reason we're doing this. We're going to do it on here, that little contact surface there, and then we're going to do it in here, and that one we're going to use the pick or the flathead to try to sand that area too, so we're going to do that. Okay, so once you're done sanding the contacts, I was trying to sand that one contact inside here. That is it. So before it was oxidized, now it's much more surface, much of a cleaner, and a little bit of a shine, so that lets you know that the surface is cleaned. So what we're going to do is put just a little bit of dielectric grease on the components. Not too much, just a little bit, so everything in here is lubricated and protected from any future corrosion, most likely how it was done factory. So we're going to put some of that right now. I said don't put too much, just enough, because it's such a small little piece. We're just going to apply it in here. This little thing right here moves up and down inside here. And we're going to put a little bit of grease inside here. And I'll put some here on the spring. Now we're going to put everything back together. We'll put all this here. There's no particular way this goes in there. All the contacts are the same each side. Right, that goes in there. Spring sits there, and then on this side you'll see this notch right here. That notch, you line it with this notch on the base, only in one side, so get that in there. And then as you can see, before it was making like a metal grinding noise. This is, now it's smooth engagement. So this should fix the issue. Then we just put back the rubber boot. There you go. All right, let's put it back on the Montero. All right, I'm gonna put everything back. Put this back in. Now remember, this switch is not gonna work because when you screw this in, this is actually grounding to the chassis. So right now it's not grounded, so the dome light's not gonna work. But once you screw this back in, now you see dome light works. And just to show you, we'll get all this in one shot. Now every time I press this switch, the dome light's going to go off and on every single time. It's not going to be intermittent like it used to be before. So look at that. There you go. I hope that helps you out. Fixing the door switch is very easy, very simple. It's a very cheap, easy fix. It's basically a free fix. You don't really have to spend anything other than a little bit of sandpaper and dielectric grease and a few Q-tips, and that's it. This will save you from buying a new switch, which I don't even think they're available, or going to the junkyard trying to find another one. You can just fix the ones that you currently have. Like I said, it's a very simple design. It's just what happens, there's corrosion in the contacts, and through time they're not making that solid contact to complete the circuit. That's why you're getting the intermittent or non-functioning dome light not going on. And like I said, just follow those steps. It's very easy to do. This will probably take you maybe 5-10 minutes each switch. The only one switch I was having a problem with is the driver's side, front driver's side. All the other ones are working just fine. But if those ever have an issue, I'll just do the same thing. So very easy fix. Hope it helps you out. So yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Let me know if it helps you out. And we'll see you in the next video. Be safe, guys.